Hello everybody. Today the next video for the little 1 2 to 5 years old, and today I'm going to show you how to do trees, and I'm going to show you 5 types of trees they can just enjoy with what they have at home, playing and painting and just have fun. Now let us start. First things first is you are going to make 3 templates. Now how do you do this? Well, firstly I did a design of a tree, and I did it on a piece of paper, and then what I did is I took a transparent, it works the best. So what I then did is I drew my design onto the transparent paper, as you can see, and then I outlined it with my outline after I drew it with my pencil, and then I cut it out. So I just cut out the inside and make sure it's on the glazy side and not on the rough side of the transparency, because if you do it on the glaze side and you do with the paint, then you can easily wipe it off. If you don't do that, it will stay on and you will get marks. Okay, so as I said previously, we're going to make 5 trees, and for that we need 5 stencils. So there is your stencil already made, as I mentioned, and then your piece of paper, cardboard or whatever you have, and then you have black paint, and if you have a sponge or whatever is available, you do this and you use this. Okay, so what we now is going to do is I'm going to show you how you made your black trees. It can be any color, but I just made it black for the demonstration. Okay, so let me show you what I did. First things first is you're gonna hold it like this because it's the loose part of the paper, and you just use your sponge and you do this, that it doesn't move. Again, you just keep it like it is with your sponge and your paint, and if you're not, you can do this with your paint beforehand. You just tap tap tap, and then you can use the sponge to make sure it's even. I will rotate it so you can see better, and you go in one direction while you stencil, keeping the stencil still, and just slightly, when you're at the areas that is very small, you just keep it still and slightly move with the sponge, and when you get to the end part, you just keep still, again taking more paint because it gets dry, it's acrylic. And then I'm just going to move it again, rotating it so you can see what I do again in the paint. And the final part is the stem of our tree, and this you will do for little one. You can let them do it themselves, but maybe they can have a little bit of issues, as you just take it away, and there is your tree. And if you want to clean it, just use a wet cloth, and you can do this because it's on the glazed side to use again later. So you just clean it, and when the excess is off, you put it in warm soapy water, and you will wash your stencil to use again. Okay, so let us put this away, and we start with our 5 art trees. Okay, now let us start with our first one. Last video I showed you how to use toilet rolls. Now this time you're gonna make oval toilet roll stamps, because this art, the first one, will be stamping, and all you do is you cut not too thick, and then you just make it oval. Now this is we're gonna use, and then it will be like this. Okay, now let us start. Okay, I mixed the paint green and yellow and red and brown. So now I already added it in the paper plate next to me, and now we're gonna mix it to make the different colors on the stamp we made. And you will see I have one of the previous made stencil trees. So now let us show the little one how to stamp and make some leaves. So this is the first one of the 5 types of this, and you just press down, holding it. They can just play, making nice art. There's a bit of a green one, making leaves for your little tree, and it can go inside, doesn't matter. Making bubbles, and just play. That is the main objective with us being at home at the moment, is just enjoy and just play. And when you're done, you let it dry. You put it in a dry place, or with a hair dryer, or with a heat gun. And there is your stamped tree with a toilet roll. So let us go to number 2. Okay, our second tree will look like this, and we're going to use bubble wrap. Last video I also showed you how to use bubble wrap. This time we're going to use it on the tree. So let me show you. First things first, we have bubble wrap, and we want to make a leaf. So not too big, not too small, and we just cut it. Okay, again we have our paint already mixed, and we take our leaf with the bubbles at the bottom. You can just see if it's too much or too hard. That's why you have the newspaper to press and see how much the little one needs, and then you can just press, and then again back in the paint. And again, they give their tree a leaf. There you go with this one, just lightly. And then this one, just lightly. You see, I'm keeping it with the one part stick to my finger while you press with the other one. Bit of yellow. Let's make a bit of yellow, because the colors I'm using is fall colors, because we are in the fall season at the moment. So it's the greens, the yellows, the reds and the browns, the warm colors as they say, but you can just play. And you just press it lightly until it's dry. And you can press it anywhere. You can even take off the paint you used already on your image. Just make it colorful. It's your tree you are making. Playing around. And just a little bit of yellow, some places to show the leaves that is a bit lighter. And there you have your bubble wrap tree. Now let's move on to our third one. Okay, our third one is gonna be like this. Also a bit of fun, but this time you're gonna use pebbles. As I do pebble painting as well, I thought it would be nice for the little ones to use little pebbles. Even if you, whatever you have at home, use little pebbles and use it for painting leaves. So let us start. Okay, now the pebbles I'm using, you can look at the shapes and so, but I usually look at types that looks like this or smaller types like this, and then you can just use this, but I will show you how you use it, and it's quick and fun. Again, you use what you have, acrylic paint and your pebbles. Okay, let's take this one. It looks like the shape of a leaf. Again, you have your paint. So then you have your third tree. Now let us do this. You see, it's making that nice color. And then you just stamp it again. Again, you just do this. And you make leaves, because it's giving that leafy shape. You can make your paint a bit thicker as well if it's too watery. I'm just using what I was using beforehand. We don't want to throw away all the paint we are using, but this is just to give you an idea of what you can use with what you have at home. Let's give this one a bit of green. There's a green one. You see the leaves coming along? As I said, it's fall. So you make what you have. You give your tree a personality. It's easy. And there you have your little tree. And you can make it as full as you want, or you can make it bare. It depends on what you want to do. There's another green one. Let's make that one green. And when it's dry, then you can frame it. And there is your little tree with pebbles and paint. Okay, so let's do our next one. Okay, so now our fourth tree will also be stamped, but this time we use as well what Mom has in her needle cupboard. So let us start. Okay, again we have our beforehanded stencil of the tree. Now what we're going to use now, the same paint, the acrylic paint, in your paper plate. And then if Mom has some of these designs in material that looks like a leaf or a flower or so, or you can even use rings or something that you use for needlework or for making clothes, or so you can use this as well. But what I did is I glued the material to a little tile. It can be any tile, and you can use this as a stamp. You can make flowers. You can glue it to anything. I just glued it to a rock. This one I just glued it to something I'm not using at the moment, but again it will be a stamp. But then you also get little things like these that you also can use. I made this for the image I showed you, so I'm going to show you with this as well, and then you can just enjoy and play. But because it's very fine, it can tear, so be careful when you use these little things. But it looks a lot like a leaf, if you see what I mean. Okay, so let's start with this one. Again, the same. We have our paint, and then we just make sure the excess paint. You see if I put it on the, it's brown like a leaf. So you just take off the excess paint, and that is what you're going to use for the leaf. And you just do this. So the little one takes it and presses it down. Again, you can make it full of paint, just somewhere, and make your leaf. Go over that again, make your leaf until the paint is used. Make your leaf, pressing with your fingers. You see the little form of the leaf? We can take that paint again because there's a lot of that leaf. And then we just put it like this. Let's take a bit of green. You see the little leaf coming out the form there? You can just play and enjoy. Again, the little leaf. And this is just needlework material that I'm using, that I use for leaves. If you have a tree with leaves you can use, you're welcome to use. Make just sure that the leaves can't break, because some of the leaves are very fragile and then it will break. You see the leaf there? And I just go over it again and again. Let's make a bit of a yellow one. There's a yellow one. And again you just play. And then you can just use it again and again. And I'm using my paint fingers as well, just to make the outline of the leaf. And you can also go over this again and again and again until the leaves are falling off. So you can just let the leaves lie down. You see? And there is your stamped tree with materials from Mum's Needlework. You can do your trees with. I hope you enjoyed this one. Now we're going on to the last one of this video. And now our final one is going to be a lot more messier than the previous ones, because you're going to use your hands. So the little one is going to use their hands. Now how do I'm talking about this? I made a hand tree. If everybody can see this. They're going to use their hand and the fingers, just playing. So let us start. Now first things first, you will see I just made the bottom part of the tree, because your hand is going to be the rest of the tree. So now you take black acrylic and a little sponge, and you're going to paint your hand. So you let your little one, you can decide what hand he wants to do, but it's what they want to use. So you just do this. And then you press it. Okay, so now you press down, making sure that it's enough, and then you lift it. And then the part that didn't do the black enough, you just do this with the sponge, just to give the inner side. And you can just do this with the, if you don't want to do the rest of the fingers, that is fine, but that's just to give you an idea how to play with your hand making a tree. Okay, and when you did that, you just clean your hands with a baby wipe or whatever you have available if it's a bit messy. And now the little one is going to take their fingers, again I said messy, and the paint that we have already in the paper plate we're going to paint with. and we're gonna make some leaves. Even if the tree is not dry, that is fine. That is part of the paint process. And you can mix and match. So whatever hand they want to paint with, they paint with. Just to make their little hand tree full of leaves. That is the fun part. Just playing, making their tree. And enjoying as they're going along. And afterwards they can just take a nice bath and wash off all the paint, because the paint we use is user friendly for little one. So here we're gonna make some grass and some flowers, make it a red flower and the yellow one, making their garden as they please. And when you're done, your little hand tree looks like this. I hope he or she will have fun. Please let me know if it helped and if you had fun. Like and share, subscribe. Thank you very much. Enjoy playing and painting and creating. Till next time, bye bye.